There are places in the world where public entry is strictly forbidden. And the reasons will make you cry and give you goosebumps. From cursed island to restricted basements, I'll cover all areas where you should never go. Here are some of the most haunted places that are forbidden for people to enter for 100 years. The Island of the Dolls, Mexico. Nestled in the eerie channels of Xochimilco, south of Mexico City, lies the Island of the Dolls. This island, known locally as La Isla de las Muñecas, is perhaps one of the most unnerving places on Earth. Its story begins with a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera, who lived in isolation on the island. According to legend, Don Julian discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned under mysterious circumstances. Shortly after, he found a doll floating in the water, which he hung on a tree as a sign of respect and mourning. However, one doll was not enough. Driven by an inexplicable force, Don Julian began collecting dolls and hanging them all over the island. He believed these dolls were vessels for the spirits of dead children, especially the young girl he couldn't save. Visitors to the island report strange occurrences. The dolls' eyes following them, whispering voices, and even the dolls moving on their own. Some say the dolls' expressions change and that they are possessed by spirits. The atmosphere is overwhelmingly eerie, as the dilapidated and decaying dolls hang from trees, creating a disturbing spectacle. Despite, or perhaps because of, its reputation, the Island of the Dolls has become a morbidly fascinating destination. However, the remote location and the treacherous journey to get there have kept it largely off limits to casual visitors. The local government has also restricted access, warning of potential dangers and the psychological impact of the island's dark aura. The Catacombs of Paris, France. Beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies a vast network of tunnels and caves known as the Catacombs. This underground ossuary houses the remains of over 6 million people, making it one of the most macabre tourist attractions in the world. The catacombs were established in the late 18th century to solve the problem of overflowing cemeteries in Paris. Bones from various cemeteries were transferred here, and the tunnels were meticulously organized to form walls of skulls and femurs. The result is a hauntingly beautiful, yet deeply unsettling, labyrinth. Many have reported strange occurrences in the catacombs, chilling whispers, ghostly apparitions, and the sensation of being watched. Some believe the spirits of those interred here have never left, restless in their underground graves. The most famous ghost story is that of Philibert Aspert, a doorkeeper who got lost in the catacombs in 1793. His body was found 11 years later, near the exit of the quarries. To this day, his ghost is said to haunt the tunnels, guiding lost visitors to safety or deeper into the maze. Due to the dangers of the catacombs, such as getting lost, collapsing tunnels, and the psychological impact of the dark and oppressive environment, access is heavily restricted. Only a small portion of the catacombs is open to the public, with the rest sealed off and patrolled by the cataphiles, urban explorers who risk fines and arrest to explore the forbidden sections. The Tower of London, England. The Tower of London, a historic castle on the banks of the Thames, is known not only for its rich history but also for its ghostly residents. Established by William the Conqueror in 1066, the tower has served as a royal palace, a prison, and even a menagerie. Its walls have witnessed countless executions, imprisonments, and dark deeds. The most famous of its ghostly inhabitants is Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, who was beheaded in 1536. Sightings of Anne's spirit, often carrying her severed head, have been reported near the site of her execution in the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, where she is buried. Another famous ghost is the White Lady, believed to be the spirit of a woman who died within the tower's walls. Her ghost is said to haunt the White Tower, where she appears to visitors with a sorrowful expression. The tower is also home to the spirits of two young princes, Edward V and his brother Richard, who were allegedly murdered by their uncle, Richard III. Their ghosts have been seen playing in the tower grounds, unaware of their tragic fate. Due to its historical significance and the eerie experiences reported by visitors, parts of the Tower of London are closed to the public. The Chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, where many of the tower's victims are buried, is one such area. The heavy atmosphere and the many reports of ghostly apparitions make it a place where only the bravest dare to venture. The Forbidden City, China. The Forbidden City, located in the heart of Beijing, China, is an architectural marvel and a historical treasure trove. Constructed during the Ming Dynasty, it served as the imperial palace for almost 500 years. While the Forbidden City is known for its grandeur, it also harbors a darker side. The palace complex is said to be haunted by the spirits of former emperors, empresses, concubines, and servants. One of the most famous ghosts is that of Empress Dowager Cixi, who ruled with an iron fist. Her ghost is said to wander the halls, accompanied by the sounds of clinking jewelry and the faint scent of perfume. Another eerie tale involves the ghost of a maid who died tragically in the palace. Visitors have reported seeing her apparition, as well as hearing her sobs echoing through the empty corridors. The Forbidden City's long history of power struggles, executions, and mysterious deaths has left an indelible mark, with many claiming that the spirits of the past still roam its grounds. Access to certain parts of the Forbidden City is restricted, not just due to preservation efforts but also because of the eerie experiences reported by visitors and staff. The unsettling atmosphere in these areas adds to the mystique and fear surrounding this ancient palace. The Winchester Mystery House, USA. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, is one of the most bizarre and haunted buildings in the United States. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the inventor of the famous Winchester rifle, this mansion is an architectural oddity. Following the deaths of her husband and infant daughter, Sarah consulted a medium who told her that the spirits of those killed by the Winchester rifle were seeking vengeance. To appease them, Sarah was instructed to build a house that would never be completed, which she did for 38 years until her death. The result is a sprawling, maze-like mansion with staircases leading to nowhere, doors that open onto walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. It is believed that these confusing features were intended to confuse and trap the spirits haunting Sarah. Visitors and staff have reported numerous paranormal activities, such as cold spots, mysterious sounds, and ghostly apparitions. The most famous ghost is said to be Sarah Winchester herself, still roaming the halls of her unfinished mansion. Certain parts of the Winchester Mystery House are off-limits to the public due to structural instability and safety concerns. However, some believe that these areas are also where the paranormal activity is most intense, adding to the house's eerie reputation. Poveglia Island, Italy. Poveglia Island, located in the Venetian lagoon, is often referred to as one of the most haunted places in the world. Its dark history dates back to Roman times when it was used as a quarantine station for plague victims. In the 18th century, the island became a dumping ground for those afflicted by the plague, with an estimated 160,000 people dying on its shores. Later, in the 20th century, the island housed a psychiatric hospital, where rumors of unethical experiments and mistreatment of patients added to its grim reputation. Visitors to Poveglia Island report hearing screams, seeing strange lights, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. The ghost of a doctor who allegedly conducted inhumane experiments on the patients is said to haunt the island, along with the spirits of the plague victims. The hospital's bell tower, which still stands today, is a focal point for these hauntings, with some claiming to hear the bell ring despite there being no bell inside. Due to its dangerous state and the eerie occurrences reported, Poveglia Island is off-limits to the public. The Italian government has placed restrictions on visiting the island, making it a forbidden and tantalizing destination for thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. Aokigahara, also known as the Sea of Trees, is a dense forest at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. It is notorious for being a site where many people go to end their lives, earning it the grim nickname, Suicide Forest. The forest is steeped in local folklore, with legends of yurei, or restless spirits, haunting the woods. These spirits are said to be the souls of those who died tragically or with unresolved issues, and they are believed to lure the living into the forest. Visitors often report feeling disoriented, hearing unexplainable noises, and encountering strange, eerie figures in the forest. The thick canopy of trees blocks out most natural light, adding to the forest's unsettling atmosphere. Despite its beauty, Aokigahara has a dark energy that has been captured in various documentaries, books, and films. The Japanese government has put up signs urging those in distress to seek help, and certain areas of the forest are patrolled to prevent suicides. However, much of the forest remains off-limits to casual visitors, not only to protect them from the potential dangers but also to respect the somber nature of the site. The Banff Springs Hotel, Canada. The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, nestled in the Canadian Rockies, is a luxurious resort with a reputation for being haunted. Built in 1888, the hotel has a long history of guests and staff reporting paranormal encounters. One of the most famous legends is that of the Ghost Bride, who is said to have died tragically on her wedding day. According to the story, the bride was descending the staircase when she tripped, fell, and died instantly. Guests and staff have reported seeing her ghostly figure in her wedding gown, sometimes dancing in the ballroom or appearing on the staircase where she met her untimely end. Another well-known spirit is that of Sam the Bellman, a former employee who supposedly loved the hotel so much that he never left. Guests have reported being helped by a friendly bellman matching Sam's description, only to find out later that no such staff member exists. Other reports include mysterious noises, objects moving on their own, and unexplained cold spots. Some areas of the Banff Springs Hotel are closed off to guests, including certain rooms and floors that are said to be particularly active with paranormal activity. The hotel's management downplays the hauntings, but they add a layer of intrigue to this already majestic and historic location. Château de Brissac, France. The Château de Brissac in the Loire Valley is not only one of France's tallest castles but also one of its most haunted. The castle's history dates back to the 11th century, and it has been the site of numerous battles, murders, and intrigues. The most famous ghost story associated with the chateau is that of the Green Lady, believed to be Charlotte de Brissac. Charlotte was the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII and is said to have been murdered in the chateau by her husband after he discovered her affair. Visitors and residents have reported seeing her ghost, often clad in a green dress, wandering the halls and rooms of the castle. The ghost is said to be particularly active in the early morning hours, and she is sometimes seen in the chapel or the tower. People have also reported hearing her moaning and weeping, adding to the chateau's eerie atmosphere. The chateau is open to the public, but certain areas are restricted due to ongoing restoration work. These areas are also rumored to be where the paranormal activity is most intense, making them a point of fascination for those interested in the supernatural. The Ancient Ram Inn, England. The Ancient Ram Inn, located in Gloucestershire, England, is considered one of the most haunted buildings in the country. Built in the 12th century, the inn has a dark history that includes tales of witchcraft, murder, and devil worship. The building is believed to have been constructed on the site of a pagan burial ground, and its foundations are said to rest on ley lines, which some believe channel supernatural energy. The inn is reportedly haunted by numerous spirits, including a witch who was burned at the stake and a young girl who was murdered. The most famous ghost is that of a demonic entity known as the incubus, which has been said to attack guests in their sleep. Visitors have reported being pushed, pulled, and even scratched by unseen forces. There are also reports of objects moving on their own, strange noises, and sudden drops in temperature. Due to the intense paranormal activity, certain parts of the Ancient Ram Inn are not accessible to the public. The current owner and paranormal investigators continue to document the eerie occurrences, making the inn a focal point for ghost hunters and those interested in the supernatural. Hellingly Hospital, England. Hellingly Hospital, located in East Sussex, England, was once a psychiatric asylum renowned for its imposing Gothic architecture and its role in housing patients with severe mental illnesses. Opened in 1903 and closing its doors in 1994, the hospital's history is marked by both medical advancements and controversial practices. One of the key factors contributing to Hellingly Hospital's haunted reputation is the treatment of patients during its operational years. The asylum employed various forms of treatment, some of which are now considered unethical or even barbaric, including electroconvulsive therapy and lobotomies. The inhumane conditions and the pain endured by patients have left a lasting imprint on the building's history, leading many to believe that the spirits of former patients still linger. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported numerous eerie occurrences at Hellingly Hospital. Among the most frequently cited phenomena are ghostly apparitions of patients and staff, disembodied voices, and unexplained noises. Some witnesses have described seeing shadowy figures roaming the corridors, while others have experienced sudden cold spots and feelings of unease. The site's derelict and decaying state only adds to its spooky atmosphere. Hellingly Hospital has been featured on various paranormal investigation shows and documentaries, further solidifying its reputation as one of England's most haunted locations. Despite its closure, the site remains a popular destination for ghost hunters and thrill-seekers who are drawn to its dark history and the spectral stories that surround it. Chillon Castle, Switzerland. Situated on the shores of Lake Geneva, Chillon Castle is one of Switzerland's most picturesque and historically significant castles. The castle's history includes its use as a fortress, prison, and residence, and it is reputed to be haunted by several spirits. Among the most famous ghost stories associated with Chillon Castle is the tale of Bonnivard, a political prisoner who was held in the castle's dungeons during the 16th century. Bonnivard's spirit is said to haunt the castle, and visitors have reported sightings of a ghostly figure in the dungeon. Other reports include unexplained noises, cold spots, and a pervasive sense of unease. Chillon Castle's rich history and its beautiful setting make it a popular destination for tourists, and its ghostly legends add an additional layer of intrigue for those interested in the supernatural. The Queen Mary, USA. The Queen Mary, a retired ocean liner now permanently docked in Long Beach, California, is known for its luxurious history and its reputation as one of the most haunted ships in the world. Launched in 1936, the Queen Mary served as a passenger liner during World War II and later as a luxury cruise ship before being retired in 1967. The ship's haunted reputation is attributed to its history of accidents, deaths, and paranormal occurrences. Among the most famous hauntings is the story of the ship's engine room, where several people are said to have died in accidents. Visitors have reported hearing disembodied voices, seeing ghostly apparitions, and experiencing unexplained phenomena in various areas of the ship. The Queen Mary now operates as a hotel and museum, attracting guests who are intrigued by its history and the stories of its haunted past. The ship's dark history and its atmospheric setting contribute to its reputation as a must-visit location for paranormal enthusiasts. Auschwitz-Birkenau, Poland. Auschwitz-Birkenau, the largest Nazi concentration and extermination camp during World War II, is a site of profound historical significance and tragedy. The camp was the site of the deaths of over 1 million people, including Jews, Romani people, and political prisoners. The site is known for its haunting atmosphere and the stories of spirits and apparitions reported by visitors and staff. The camp's dark history and the suffering endured by its victims have left a lasting impact on the site, and many people believe that the spirits of those who perished there continue to linger. Visitors to Auschwitz-Birkenau report experiencing feelings of sadness and unease, as well as encountering unexplained phenomena. The site serves as a memorial to the victims of the Holocaust and remains a place of solemn reflection and remembrance. As we conclude our exploration of these haunted and forbidden places, we are reminded of the profound impact that history, tragedy, and human experiences can have on a location. Whether you view these tales through the lens of supernatural belief or historical intrigue, each site offers a unique glimpse into the darker aspects of human history and the mysteries that continue to captivate our imaginations. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of the world's most haunted and forbidden places. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on the eerie and unexplained. Until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.